Let's move on to what's happening in the United States because we got this story. I don't know how to feel about this. This is, let me read the title. The Guardian, 1 dead and 5 wounded in Portland shooting during protest in park. Authorities describe confrontation in Normandale Park between a homeowner and participants in police violence protests. Now, I don't know how to feel about it because the conflict itself, the fighting, the shooting, of course, is just outright bad. Mm-hmm. Regular people defying Antifa far leftists and saying, get out of my neighborhood, is people waking up to the crisis and refusing refusing and rejecting it. But it leads to this. And this is what's scary because we don't want shooters on our streets. The people who they post stuff, there's that joke, F around and find out. And I'm like, man, you really don't want to find out no matter who you are. You might wear the shirt. You might wear the hat. We have a joke shirt that says step on snack and find out. The reality is, I assure you, you don't want to find out. The people who think that, they would get into a conflict and have a good time of it, you don't want to be worried about your kids because you might think you're tough. You might think you're brave. But what about when it's your kid who's at home and these people are fighting in the streets? So stories like this, man, I like the idea that regular people are saying no to the far left. I don't like the idea that it's resulting in this, but I feel like this may be inevitable. So here's the story, just to give you a quick summary. These Antifa far leftists, they're doing their marches as they normally do. They were armed. Reportedly, according to them and some, other witnesses suppose, but I don't trust them. So what they said was this guy comes up to him screaming at him saying they're terrorists and they're the cause of all the violence and that if they go near his house, he will shoot them. And then abruptly fired, shooting 6 people. 1 of them died, 5 are injured, and then they critically injured him. They then go on to claim to the press they were unarmed. Yet this guy's critically wounded. They claim that he just attacked them. I don't believe any of it. If I were to make, my assessment based off what I know about the far left extremists, these Antifa types, I'd say that, look, there's a video of these guys pulling a guy out of his truck and beating him. They were armed with rifles. They were blocking an intersection. The guy was honking at him, said, get out of the way. Apparently, the guy saw their guns, showed him that he was strapped. They pointed weapons at him. He said, tried. He pulled his gun, pointed at them. Then they grabbed him and started beating him. How much you want to bet something similar happened this time? The only thing is this time the guy was like, I ain't playing any games. And now woman is dead. And this guy might die as well. So this kind of stuff gets scary, man. But I don't know what your thoughts on this are, Larry, because you mentioned you read Stephen Marsh's book on Civil War. What do you think about this? Where do you think this is all going?
If we don't create someone who will step up and say, look, what you just said, right? Your thought process is exactly correct. We need people to think how you're thinking. I don't want to F around and find out, right? I don't want to find out. And it's an example of someone who did, and it hurt everybody. Like nobody won in this, right? A bunch of people went to the hospital. Somebody died. This is lose-lose. Someone's got to step up and go, wait a minute. Okay, I get you're mad. Let's talk this damn thing out. And that's an important piece. And I hope we begin to do that. And the only way we do that is by having someone, like what you're talking about, say, hey, can we not fight? Can we not do that? If I was the mayor of the town, and I've got Antifa out or BLM out or January 6 people, whatever I got, or I'm Trudeau and I got truckers, I don't walk away. I literally go there. I physically go there and say, I hear you. You got an issue or a problem or concern. I'm going to give you a time and a place where we can talk about this, and let's try to make this happen. You start doing that more and more over time. The damage has been done for so long. It isn't fixed by one guy doing one thing. It needs multiple people doing this often. This should be the norm. We should make protest, anger, when they do it, we respond with, okay, what's wrong, versus, I will hammer you. When you respond with, I will hammer you, they become desperate. Yeah. Desperate people do desperate things. It's just human nature. What did Jefferson say? I'm going to get it wrong. When peaceful protest is impossible, violent revolution is inevitable. Did I get that right?
Was it Kennedy?
I thought that was Jefferson.
Those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable.
Thank you. There we go. Thank you for doing it right. Yes.
Yeah. But yes. I don't know. Look up who said it because, we'll make sure.
But so I want to make it possible.
Kennedy.
I want to go out of my way. I want to make it possible. And executives have to do this. It must be mayors, governors, county executives. As a nation, we don't pay attention to congressmen or senators. We don't. We only pay attention to executives. They have to be the ones doing this.